All right. What is up, guys? This is the All or Nothing Show with myself, Austin, the host, and I got the boys, Brock and Griffin, and it is Monday. And we're drinking a drink that I haven't tried yet.
And we got new coasters.
Oh, you know what?
For the show.
Yeah, talk about it.
So.
You made them.
We saw like a little deal pop up. Damn, that was like in sync with the drink
Austin
opening.
and our cycles are aligned.
Yeah, but I saw a deal pop up for some custom coasters, so I was like, fuck it, let's get them made.
Yeah.
And so we kind of, obviously, what you really just see on these guys is just the All or Nothing show. But
it was supposed to be
truth be told, I put our logos and a bunch of icons that all have like a story or history behind them in the background that you really can't see because it was like darker than I anticipated it to be once it was printed. However, if you shine it in the light and kind of hold it to an angle, you can kind of see what they are, including D-pumps on here, a moving truck, an energy drink, all kinds of stuff, a shovel, all things that kind of matter to us. But
it reminds me of did you ever see Indiana Jones where they hold the rod up at a certain point, and when the light is at its apex,
it beams all the mirrors, right?
This is how this goes. I feel like I can barely see the iron build. But it is funny that the GYMFLO logo is the only other thing that popped up.
It is cool. And if you'd like one for shits and gigs, make sure you
share the show.
Share the show on social media. And make sure you tag us so we can see it, and we'll hook you up with one. We'll either send you one, or you can come pick one up from the gym. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But this drink, by the way, is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Good. You
Very
like it?
sour.
I love some sour shit.
I haven't had it in a while.
Yeah.
And
more so than like sour gummy worm, bang sour heads. It's nice and like definitely tastes the acid.
This is C4 Electric Sour, so the name is definitely it. It's sour.
Yeah.
Is it electric?
No.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Good.
How was the weekend? Do anything fun?
Mine, not too productive. Saturday. Was it Saturday? Which I need to bring you up to speed on.
Sunday. It was yesterday. Was it? No, couldn't be yesterday. I didn't see you at all. It was Saturday evening. Saturday evening.
We talked a bunch about some new boxing that we can bring to an experience with GYMFLO. Always look for ways to level up with the customer experience. But I'll drop more details just because we don't have it really nailed down yet.
And we can't spoil it.
Don't want to spoil it, but cool things
next
coming.
level.
Yeah.
Big things coming.
Big things coming.
Nice.
In small packages.
Yeah.
But that was pretty fun Saturday, and figuring out like how we can do it and looking at different websites. You know, it's kind of tough not like going into something new like that, because I was dealing with this one website that was a bunch of bullshit, and then when we finally got to figuring out how to use it, it said, "Oh, you need to upgrade to
everything's a paywall."
Paid.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What?" So,
but then the website that actually worked well, it looked like it was just one of those kind of boomer like wholesale like website designs, and I was like, "This website can't get down." And then he like got to where you actually like design things, and it was like super good software development to where you could like view everything 360. Like it was very well done. So
I'm excited
because it's going to be for every product or like order,
like
almost, stacks,
stacks
edition.
and like limited drops, because we can do a like a low quantity of them and stuff like that. But I'm excited because the possibilities are endless with design.
Nice.
Yeah,
you know, imagine like just opening something and just getting an explosion in your face. You know.
Yeah, it's like extra cost per sale, you know, up front, but it's all about customer experience and just maximizing how you feel when you open up that box when you get that product. Because you know what's on the inside matters, obviously, for the most part. But you know, from the label to the box to purchasing on the website, you know, you want that full kind of circumference of an experience. So, yep.
We're giving you some GYMFLO flavor. Yeah. But other than that, Sunday I fucking came in here and worked out, and I took a nap. Actually, I went home and took like an hour and a half nap.
Yeah, both of y'all seemed like you were in and out Sunday.
Yeah. I tried to go pretty quick because I was thinking about like, oh, maybe I'll just take the day off Sunday, but I've been having fun.
It's a beta mentality.
Yeah.
You said I can't do that.
Off. Jocko mode. So. No, it was good. Yesterday started the sourdough starter too, which was kind of cool, which Austin's been bugging me about, which I needed to get anyway. The hardest part was just getting the mason jar, I feel like, to start. So,
what are you doing?
Making bread. So basically
sourdough.
Yeah, you have to
I know what sourdough is, but
like the fermented part that
first,
makes the bread kind of what it is. So this is like a week-long process pretty much.
You make the sour, then you make the dough.
Yeah. one comes first. So
It's almost like the sour drink.
I know there's live active cultures. But yeah, so you have to cut half or like equal ratios flour, water. But first it's whole wheat flour. The next day, which was this morning, I woke up early before my client and was working on it because you have to take out half of what you made the day before. And it kind of smells like bread. It smells like beer or like that kind of fermented flavor.
Yeah.
But then you have to add all-purpose flour on top and water, equal ratio again. Stir it up, make sure there's no dry spots, seal it, let it sit again. But in the next few days, you have to keep doing what's called feeding it. And so you keep adding more, taking some out, adding more, and it will grow and grow. And then you put it in the fridge afterwards. But then if you start running out, you can feed it again and take it back out. So I'm
so
kind
you
of
have
curious
endless
to
bread.
see,
So it's like
the
a circle.
Yeah,
Like
circle of life.
recycles.
And apparently, as time goes on, it gets better and better.
Even more
because
sour.
It's older. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Because I was assuming like the first batch would probably be like a little ripe or like
That'll
what
be
do you call
Austin's.
that? You know, it's like a little taste to it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for it because I'm a sourdough person now, and I didn't switch to that until Sarah, my wife's dad. Every time we'd go home to her parents' place, he would always cook up fresh sourdough. Sourdough.
Sean Connery.
That's his favorite bread. Sourdough.
Sure.
But he would have a fresh loaf every time we'd go, and it's badass.
Yeah.
It tastes amazing, and plus, you know, it's for me. My body likes it. My body loves the 180s. That's an inside joke, but my body does love it because I don't know. I just digest a little bit better. And if I do a bunch of wheat bread, I do feel like it takes a little bit of like of a knot, stuff like that.
I feel like
Do you do a little dip and twist in olive oil?
I
that's
haven't,
a key
but I
thing
will.
to do. Keith does
I
that all the
would.
time. He thinks he's like a Renaissance man when he goes to a restaurant. He's like, "Can I get a little plate for olive oil and butter and
Thinks
this
he's
and that?" He'll like
Mediterranean.
make it,
Yeah.
and he'll like mix up the exact amount, and he'll dip it. And he's like, "You like swine."
You ain't
over
putting
there."
no oil in that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like I don't know, years ago I feel like people would always be like, "Hey, you can't have too much bread or too much gluten, this and that. It's bad." I've always never given a fuck, and I feel like people don't really care about bread consumption as much anymore. I feel like people just eat it.
Yeah.
I definitely slacked on it myself because for a while I was like, "Yo, bread's the devil." When I first started lifting, I wouldn't touch bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
what
completely cut it
causes
out.
that mentality?
I don't know.
Why do
You know,
people say that?
here's my thing. With bread, eggs, all these foods, red meat, I'm like, bro, there's like 80-year-olds that ate this shit every day ruthlessly. And you're telling me I can't eat it now?
Yeah.
They change it all the time of what's good, what's
That's
bad.
gonna
so
kill me?
You got to look backwards, not
Yeah.
forwards. What's been
And
tried and true.
everything's
Oh,
moderation.
here
I feel
comes
like,
the
too.
dog. We got to get him on here again because it boosted our views.
What's
Trick, put your face in the
Dang,
camera for
yeah.
5 seconds.
up? Come on, bro.
baby, we back once again.
Yeah. Someone complimented his personality
that
last
is
time.
the,
Said he
style.
can't be boring. It's impossible.
Uh,
That's what I said.
They also wanted to know your license plate
Yeah.
number, so I wrote that.
Oh,
in
and
the
your
comment,
social.
too. Yeah. So
Well, we just wrote the address to here. They can come get autographs here.
no.
He brought you guys
Oh,
snacks.
fuck.
Oh,
No, that's private.
I'll fuck up the rainbow.
oh shit!
Is that a you know who gift?
I
Or
don't
whose
know.
is that?
I don't know.
God damn.
No comment.
How's it looking?
Austin, you're not even in the goddamn camera.
I'm on
Yeah,
this one,
he's
brother.
on the other one.
Oh.
This ain't our first rodeo, brother.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, let me
edit
see.
we edit him out later.
Producer over here.
No,
Ah.
no, that's perfect.
Uh,
My hair's just fine, brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
See you,
I
bud.
see, man.
God
Yeah.
damn. But sourdough, I'm excited for it. So, hopefully, once you get it going, maybe you can have some local customers here at the gym. I'm going to be the number
true.
one. I'm going to be peaking.
Farmers
It's
Hopefully,
gonna
market.
be like Alpha Land. I feel like that he gives his friends different businesses within the thing.
Yeah.
So
we'll
this
have
will
a,
be
a bakery here.
Yeah.
The origin, well, I guess the origin is technically GYMFLO preceded Iron Built, obviously, but Iron Built, GYMFLO within, Griffin's farmhouse,
The hatchery.
Yeah.
marketplace within.
Yeah, I'm excited. And plus eggs, hopefully.
Won't
down the
even be a
road.
gym anymore at this rate.
No.
Yeah, that's
That should
true.
be the farmer's
Eight-
market.
eight,
Yeah,
yeah,
on the parking
yeah.
lot Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But
The boys
Yeah.
HQ.
I'm excited
I was
for that.
thinking about this yesterday too, because I had to run a bunch of errands. Put tin on the front window, which was a pain in the ass, and went to the dump and did some other stuff, but cut the grass. But Do y'all ever wish you could just like pause? Because sometimes it's like, I got so much else to do, but like I'm about to go to bed.
There's something with errands. The older you get more like shit to do, like dropping off something at the bank or mailing this or like taking care of that. Oh shit, I got to get gas too. That's another 20 minutes. Yeah, these things kind of like just add up.
I put off getting my oil change for like 3 months.
Oh, I went
I was like 8,000 miles over.
Bro, I went like 9 months this past year, and I was like, oh shit, something's gonna be fucked, and it wasn't actually.
No, mine wasn't either.
But then like later when I got my inspection,
I just like I don't have. I mean, I had time in the middle of the day, but it's like such an inconvenience to take that hour and a half to like drive, sit in the lobby, not do anything while they're doing it, and then they come back in and they're like, oh yeah, well.
You know what sucks about cars, and it's with like anything, even like a house, but it's like even once you pay it off, you still have your oil changes, your inspections. Oh, they're gonna find this or that you got to replace, tire, brake pads.
Yeah, I think that's it's a conspiracy of among many things. The oil change,
because the Earth's
the
flat.
number they put on the sticker. You can go miles beyond that.
Oh yeah,
they just want to bring you back in so they can find more stuff that's wrong.
You can go off your own rate. Like you're not forced to go. I mean, I usually go like because of the synthetic oil, whatever. I get like 10 to 12,000 miles or something.
Yeah.
And my stepdad, I don't know how like this oil worked particularly. I'm not like I don't know a ton about fucking oil.
Yeah.
But it was for diesels only that you could put it in and you never had to change it really. It had this like filter on it, this fucking $high filter where like you practically never had to change the oil. And it was only for diesel motors though. And
I used to change
why can't you do that for any car?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like it sort of like recycles itself somehow.
Yeah.
But I've definitely pushed that 3,000 limit lately to like 8,000 to 9,000 miles.
Y'all were going every 3,000?
No, I mean I haven't done that in like years.
Okay.
No, especially now that I have a ton of miles in my car's paid off.
Yeah.
I go a little lax on some things.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm surprised it still started today.
Yeah.
Got 220,000 miles on it. On that Honda out there. It's still a beast. I'd
Still
drive it to fucking California right now, no questions asked.
Dang.
Mine's holding up really well, and it's definitely got like a few more years on it for sure. I mean, I've only had it since I think I had it in 2015. It was a 2014 Mazda, so it's got
definitely has time.
Oh yeah, no, it's got plenty. But I've been flirting with the idea in a year or two of possibly getting a Tesla, but I don't know. It's definitely something that's got to marinate. But because I could afford it, it's just should I? Probably not. But here's my thing with Teslas.
Fuck. I see him getting worked
I
up.
feel like Teslas are like the middle class flex, to where it's like people can pretty much afford it because for the most part they're in that like 30 to 45,000 range, like new, and it looks super modern. It's got the whole screen, blah blah blah. And so people feel like they can like flex that hard, but it's not. But it's more affordable than like the typical BMW, Mercedes, whatever kind of flex. You know what I mean?
I think most, at least.
So it's a more affordable like luxury. You know what I mean?
I know this is like personal opinion, but like at least BMWs and Mercedes, like those cars are like, they're like smoke shows. Like it's like nothing appeal. At least to me, it's like I would rather have a Tesla all day. Because like those are just like. What value do you get? Like, I don't think they have any value.
Like in my mind, it goes regular car, or like sedan, whatever you want to call it, truck, and then Tesla, and then it's like if you're gonna spend the $90,000 for Mercedes, or whatever, just save a little bit more, get yourself, Lambo, Ferrari,
or
whatever.
Porsche.
Like just get to that next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Porsche or something.
Yeah. I've been thinking about because I see sometimes on the side of the road when I drive home, there's some old trucks for sale, and I feel like, especially, did you see? Y'all know the Dare the Rick on Instagram.
Yeah.
He just posted yesterday, and it was making me think about you, Austin. But that he's restoring an old like punch buggy Beetle, and some of those like old classic cars look really cool. And when I went to Brock's house for Thanksgiving, his granddad showed me his old like 57 Chevy. And there's something that's just so cool about like the old fins, like the candy coat of like the metal. It's all like one big panel kind of thing, and like nice leather seats and stuff. The big bench seat. But I know you talk about your Del Sol. But I feel like if I had like a project car, like a new investment sort of thing, that's not just like your daily like work commuter. I feel like it would be nice to get like an old truck. The ones that have like the big kind of round steering
Oh, yeah.
wheel.
Yeah, I know
the
what you mean,
knob
yeah.
right there. But I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool bench seat because my great granddad used to have one, and I just remember like driving to the river in it and
Yeah.
stuff. But it would be nice to just have something about like the older ones. Yeah, everything's going to Tesla or other things, but there's something about just like, I don't know, that antique.
It's one of those things though that's kind of like
that now that everything's like, you know, circuitry or other things like that.
Yeah.
It's cool
Everything's
to just
automated.
see like old gears, like
it's
feel it.
stuff
manual.
work
You know,
together.
you have to
Yeah.
like
You
actually
could
have to,
figure it out.
It takes a skill to drive it almost. You know, it's not like a Tesla now. You can almost pretty much drive it selfless.
Yeah.
Or, you know, what is it called?
autopilot.
Autopilot.
or like
yeah.
the old windows.
But I feel like it turns into one of those. It's like the trophy or knickknack from like your childhood that you still just kind of bring around from place to place to place that you never can really like. You never really like use too often. It's like a nice like project to do, but even like my grandfather with his 57, like it's so precious and also like something that you can't like go too hard with. That it's
Yeah.
like, you can only drive it so often. So you really do got to have that like passion for it and to like I don't know, you got to enjoy like working on it and and I think you would, but so it's not like a counterpoint. But
I guess I don't know if I would do that. Like if I had something like that, it
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be a car to be honest, because it would be more frustrating than anything.
Yeah.
That would break down, but maybe
Plus,
like furniture.
You could
something.
slap some farm use tags on that bitch and call it a
Yeah,
day.
do it. Go
Kelly
anywhere.
Farms.
it's almost like when you buy things like that, even like if it's like more modern or something, it's like you buy like a really nice classic, let's say guitar. You're almost like scared to play it too often because you don't want to like break it or ruin it or like something happen. It's almost like you can't have nice things because.
Yeah, my uncle does a lot of like metal fabrication work, and a couple years ago he found this old rusted out like beach bike sort of thing, vintage beach bike, and so he made it a little project, and he does like powder coating and stuff. So he restored the frame, like powder coated it baby blue, and then the tires have that like white wall around the sides, so it looks really cool because it's almost like straight out of the 60s 70s, but it looks brand new
That
too
sounds
now.
dope.
So I don't know, some of that stuff I wish that we could return to, or maybe the pendulum would swing back towards that style, because nowadays like all the cars are just like this rounded rectangle that's like a shade of gray.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
I don't know when it changed or why it was like that.
I don't know. It seems like there's like a range that you can spend, especially like because I realized it was Sarah's car. It's like that $10,000 to like $18,000 range, where it's just like cheap as shit.
Civic.
Yeah, I mean, it gets it done. It
Yeah.
lasts a good while, but like nothing about it like
Yeah.
has any
It's not gonna
quality to it.
excite you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, you definitely have to spend money to like make anything or have something that has like that holds value and then lasts like some of those older cars do. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's crazy to see some of those like 1990 or 1980s trucks still driving around
Yeah.
to this day. It's like, damn, that shit's 40 years old.
Well,
30 years
in
old.
Floyd, that I think on the weekends, like they have like a bunch of classic cars that just drive around the town and stuff. But I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I had a few topics that I was thinking about this. Oh, before we get started, this
What's
is
up?
one I wrote down. What'd you think of that testosterone plastic podcast, the Joe Rogan lady?
I enjoyed it. And it opened my eyes because, I mean, I haven't measured my taint since then. Which
we measured it the day of.
Giving some context, so the reason, I guess the main thing about this plastics podcast from the Joe Rogan thing was this doctor. She was following people that had been, I guess, ingesting things that either were held in plastic or made around plastic, and it was shrinking I forgot what that distance is called, but pretty much ball to butt.
Yeah,
that
that's a
taint
good way
range,
to-
that gooch.
Yeah, she called it the taint.
Yeah, and
She
there's
gave
like
it
a
the
scientific
name, yeah.
name for it. But if it's shorter than 2 inches, supposedly, you're high risk for low sperm count, low testosterone, and probably shorter lifespan.
Yeah.
But if it's 2 inches or longer, you're doing pretty good, like your average and or better.
Oh, I gotta be at least 2 inches.
Whip it out.
Sure, yeah, let's measure live on camera.
So we're gonna be posting this on the Only.
Wait, so it was only for people that was like under 2 inches?
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah.
That's really close.
Yes. I mean,
You're almost,
I
whenever you're
sometimes,
wiping your
like,
butt,
I'm
you're
like-
like slapping your balls.
yeah, I'm like, all right. I could be there. You just reach down. But she showed a diagram on it and everything. And there's other things like that's a sign that you may have issues coming up or may down the road. But I forgot many of the other like health things that it could cause though, and what types of plastic cause that. Do you remember?
Well, it was crazy. Well, she said basically a lot of the things that are in our food or in our like hygiene products.
Yeah.
And one thing that was surprising to me is she said that in America, in a lot of our like, shampoos or body wash or other things like that, there's 11 substances that are banned. But in the UK, there's 1,100. And so it's weird to just think that unless there's enough of an outcry for a lot of this stuff, it's just thrown in there. Which the biggest thing I feel like that I've learned over the years is like, I used to always have this mentality of like, oh, well, if it's bad for you, like they wouldn't be allowed to sell it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that, unless there's really some sort of dramatic push, that it's just going to be,
so I can't take DMHA, but
yeah,
I can.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want you to take that.
Right.
That's why trends banned.
Yeah.
So.
But I enjoyed it. It was eye-opening, and I've been looking at even like I hit you up yesterday. I was at Publix. I was about to buy this ready-cook rice, like microwavable pouch.
Yeah.
$7. $7.
Yeah.
So
and you'd be cooking it.
The numbers, and you can find this on your plastic packaging. I think
1, 2, 4, 5
are
He's
good.
got that shit memorized.
Yeah. Nah, I had to hit him up
It's
for
life or
guidance.
death. Yeah.
And I almost bought it. It was like some Spanish rice.
Oh,
Uncle Ben's.
Nice try.
Oh no,
Uncle
not
Ben's.
Uncle Ben's.
And I flipped it
Cancel
over.
his ass.
Number 7. I was like, yo, I ain't trying to shrink my taint.
Yeah. Uncle Ben's trying to get you.
Can it like shrink?
No, it's
Even-
supposed to be,
No, not
it's
when you're
during
an
like
adult.
what's that period called?
Gestational.
Gestation. So like when you're getting
When you're in the womb, yeah.
it's that period. If
So
you're
we're
fed
safe.
that shit. She said nowadays, if you're an adult male, you can almost reverse it by just getting rid of that shit out of your life, and
Yeah.
your sperm count will go back up. Your testosterone should follow.
Maddie's diet's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
We're raising our tests now here, boys.
Is that or not?
No, I don't think so.
No, I heard it not. But
Yeah.
those have to come on.
But-
Fuck you.
One thing I was surprised though is when she said in the last 50 years that like fertility has been halved for men
Yeah.
and women. That's crazy to just think about. 50 years in one generation pretty
Which
much.
I mean, if you look back at pictures and like stuff of like 2 generations ago, you'll see this family with like 14 kids.
Yeah.
And now like you hear people all the time struggling to have kids. It's like you just put the P in the V, well, the kids gonna pop out,
Just
right?
easy
I'm
math.
sure there's so many factors too, because a lot of people are now
Birth controlled up.
birth controlled
And it's
up
for
for
years,
years
probably
before
fucking
they
the
get off
hormones,
of it.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know the right solution for young women with that, because I think whether it's pill or implant or IUD or whatever it is, they have so many issues with acne and hormones and weight loss and all these kinds of things that are related to that. So it's tough with that. But someone's beating the shit out of the
I
cubbies.
hear it. Fuck that cubby.
But,
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing because everything in our house when I started to look at it like
He's
evolved around
panicking.
past.
You're made of plastic.
It's just
Yeah.
like fuck, man.
And it's
How do you
crazy
dodge
how
that?
prevalent that became too.
Yeah, like even as soon as I watched that podcast, I made the switch and I told you I'm getting
And in
stainless.
case you guys are wondering, GYMFLO products are made in a safe number of
Yes.
plastic.
I don't remember the number off the top
It
of my
won't-
head. I have to look
all
at
or
it.
nothing will not shrink your taint. I think it's a
Yeah.
4.
All of our tubs are in safe plastic, BPA free stuff. But I'm even making the switch to spend a little bit more money to get stainless steel shakers made, so we can get away just from plastics. Even though the
Yeah.
shakers we have are supposed to be a safe number, I'm just like fuck it.
Yeah. Don't.
I'm
take
trying to
the
get rid of
chance.
plastic in general. I'm trying to up that test.
Yeah. This drink really does kind of get your like saliva like going because of how sour it is.
I love it.
It's not like in your face sour, but it's kind of like that finish as it goes down that throat.
I used to drink when y'all were like little, or even now I could do it. I'd make like lemon water, like water, like not lemonade, so I wouldn't add sugar, but it would be
Have
like,
you ever tried lemon and
but like
water? and
lemonade's like
sugar?
with sugar.
Yeah,
but
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'd do like water and a shit ton of lemon juice, like sour as fuck. Like,
Oh,
fuck
man.
it.
Why would you do that?
I love it.
Did you
I
ever
love
make butter sandwiches?
Fuck
That's
no.
disgusting.
Now we're talking
What?
something weird.
Yeah.
Dang.
Do you make mayonnaise sandwiches?
You know what I used to do though is when I was younger, I didn't like PBJs, but what I would have my mom do is just make jelly sandwiches. Did you take them to
And
the
you didn't
pool?
like the peanut butter?
just
Not
soak
until I
through.
was like 9 or so.
I was
yeah.
opposite. I would barely put any jelly in my.
You do peanut butter
just straight
sandwiches,
peanut
yeah.
butter.
Yeah, I mean, I got to that point, but
Yeah.
for a while I was just eating like jelly sandwiches. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
because
look
that
at
was
you.
always
I
so
know.
annoying as a
I'm
kid.
full of dough and
the if you don't peanut butter both sides, it soaks through. So
oh
it's
yeah, you
annoying.
have to peanut butter both sides. That's a rookie mistake.
No.
Maddie didn't know about that. You
I
don't
don't-
do that either?
I eat it quick enough to where my shit don't get soggy.
No, I'm not worried about the soggy. I want the ratio that you want is at 2 to 1.
Oh, I go just thick on one side. I mean, I'm thick as fuck.
in more
I don't know.
ways. Than
I
one.
know what I'm
think
saying?
it's best to do peanut butter on both and then the jelly. The only trick though is you kind of fuck up your knife when you're putting the jelly on because you can't spread it as well because the
Yeah.
peanut butter's on there. But I'm with you, Griffin. It's got to
Yeah.
be peanut butter both sides. Then you kind of.
I was always so mad though as a kid because I was never allowed to get bologna or fluff like marshmallow.
Oh, I couldn't get fluff either.
sandwiches.
I mean, I didn't care about the fluff, but
I'm
bologna,
glad-
though. I
Yeah.
grew up on bologna.
I don't know about you guys. I feel like my parents kept me away from a lot of bullshit
Yeah,
like fluff.
now looking
And
back,
I know, and like school lunches, like I never really
Yeah.
got those for the longest time. I had it for like a 3-year period, but I'm glad that my parents kept me out of that because although I was just eating like ham sandwiches every day for like 10 years, the school lunches just I got like a
Square pizza.
nostalgic, yeah.
I love that shit.
I got this
Yeah.
like a nostalgic smell the other day of like cafeteria food, and I was like, man, I don't miss that shit.
yeah.
I love the square pizza. I'll
Square
fuck one up right
pizzas
now.
were good,
I'd load.
yeah.
I'd get my
I
tray.
bet you would.
Uncrustables?
I bet you get three.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't get anything else. You know, like I had the small squares. And
Yeah,
cube.
I know
I would
what you
have
mean.
the slices on top of that. My tray
Oh,
would be
dang.
sliced out, dude.
Sliced.
Corn dog nuggets.
Yeah,
Those
corn
were
dog
good.
I wonder what you look like as a kid.
Oh, like 110 pounds.
Oh, I know.
I was
but
that skinny as a real
Oh,
kid.
I know
and
you were
just ate a
skinny.
fuck ton of shit.
I just wonder because I know I've seen him as a kid, and I feel like y'all have seen me or some
Twig. I
shit,
was like a
but-
twig.
Yeah.
I was a
am
twig
curious.
until I was like 21.
And with no
Yeah.
facial hair too. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, that fucking. Whenever he shows me, it's like
It's
if
it's
you
odd.
shave the beard, the neck's gone or the chin's
Chin just
gone. It's like there's
goes.
no chin. It's like there's mouth, and then
It's a page
right.
thing, dude. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's like what happened?
Yeah. That's sad.
I was thinking about this too because Brock and my shorts came in last week, and as soon as they came in, which they took a while to get here because they came the wrong size, they're from Australia, this
Aussie.
and that. But I was like, let's take a picture this weekend because they're finally here. I've been having this like classic kind of golden era picture in my mind, but he said no, he has to get more of the cut
Gotta get
going.
leaner.
But I was thinking about that because I was like, all right, let's say like 6 weeks before summer starts, it's time to go balls to the wall as far as diet and training here. But then I was thinking about this and I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to take 6 weeks seriously, I got to take the next month seriously. And if I'm going to do that, I got to take this week seriously. And if I'm going to do that, I got to take today seriously.
100%.
And so I was like, dang, well, is there even a point then if you kind of boil it down almost into day to day? Is there even a point of caring about 6 weeks from now? Do you guys think it's good to kind of have that like competition window or like long term? Or do you like to kind of have more just day to day? Because I feel like I almost like want to have that goal in mind, but I'm like, okay, that doesn't even
You
matter.
know why it's important to have the goal is because it's easy to take a day off when you think of it one day at a time. So it's like you want to look at both things because I do get your point. It's an accumulation of days that get you to that 6-month goal or whatever, 6 week, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But without the long-term goal, you don't have to show up that day because it's not like a specific day or time to be there. So like you could be like, it's easier to fall off when you don't have that set goal to show up. You know, like when I set
You don't have a
body,
deadline.
yeah, you have a deadline basically. So like when I set my set to do my bodybuilding competition, I was like, well, I have to get on stage that day. So I can't slip a week or a month or whatever and just take it easy because it's like I'm going to get on stage in front of everyone and like look stupid. Or it doesn't have to be a competition. It could be a strength goal. It could be whatever. But it just makes those day-to-day ever more important because you can't make up those days.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a specific goal, if that goal can be set 6 months, 12 months, it doesn't really matter, then yeah, you can always just take a break and then pick back up off. So I think the day-to-day approach is right, but also you need to do both, basically is what I'm saying. You need to have the long-term goal and then think about what you need to do each day to get to that long-term goal as they build.
Yeah. When I did my show, I knew I had 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, the end date's this. I have 12 weeks. So and that's when it came into like, all right, well, today I got to make sure I'm making it count because that's one less day I have before the 12 weeks is up.
Yeah, that's it.
But when a lot of other things that I do throughout my life, it's more so day to day.
Yeah.
I will say that. I'll be honest. Like, even with GYMFLO, most things might be just day to day. I show up, I'm like, all right, what am I going to focus on today?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't even have a clear cut plan for the day. It's just, all right, well, what can I do today?
When you came away from the competition, did you feel like you had kind of taken on a different mindset of like, okay, well, this is something good to do, or like this is a good mentality to push myself every day? Or were you looking forward to just being able to hit the brakes a little bit and ease off?
It lasted, I guess, because I didn't continue to give myself goals after. It lasted maybe 2 months of eating clean and shit, like reverse dieting almost. Like I slowly incorporated more food, but still kept it super clean. But then it got to a point where I was like, well, what the fuck am I doing this for? Pretty much just fell off and got, soft again and whatever. Dang. So, and I think that's because I just didn't have a goal looking back on it.
I almost think there's like levels. Like, for example, like I set my 2021 goals like months ago for like running, right? And it's where it's like, with running the marathon, like I have the entire year to try and like run it, right? So I can be like, okay, well, at least by December 2021, I can run it. So there's like, first off, I'll run a marathon at some point. That's your like first like kind of loose goal. Second goal or like option would be, okay, set it for the year. Then I'm like, okay, well, I have all year to kind of work towards this goal. There's no rush. Third option, which is kind of where I'm at mentally now, is like, okay, I'll get to like 180 probably in the coming months. So I really need to kind of run that marathon while I'm in that range. So I need to run it by September. And so that makes each workout matter that much more. And so I have to be more intentful with my training to get there faster. And then that allows me to set the next goal even sooner.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like how, and it's different for everyone and every goal. It's like how serious do you want to take it? Because if you just have the loose goal, well, I want to run a marathon at some point, then it's like it could be this year, it could be next year, it could be never.
Have you ever started to have a long-term goal like that, and as you start working towards it, you're like, oh, I don't really care about this actually as much as I thought?
Yeah, I've been that way with like my squat. Like sometimes I've wanted to do like 4 or 5 by, I really wanted to squat 4 or 5 before I graduated. I wanted a 4 or 5 squat, 500 deadlift. I don't know if I had a bench goal before I graduated high school. And I was getting close, and then, some injuries or this or that. And sometimes it's just like you're just not going to get there, or you just realize like at this point right now, I'm not super worried about my squat goal or like my squat strength. So it's like sometimes you got to know kind of where you're at, where your other goals rely as far as priority-wise. And, some goals you got to kick to the curb and just kind of reassess, what you want,
This is me just being like this total bro. Mm-hmm. But what's the last run that was? What was your longest
18.
run? 18 miles. So you don't think you could go and do next week a marathon? You already did 18. Just what's a couple more? 4 or 5? What's it? 6 more miles to get to
8?
8 more?
26.2.
Oh, I thought it was 23 for some reason.
No.
You don't
Sounds
think
cool.
because you nut out another 8? You think
possibly
slow pace?
Possibly. You know what I find with running is like whatever I set my mind to, it's like I'll get right there. It's kind of the same deal with reps, right? Like if you tell yourself, I'm gonna do anywhere 8 to 10. You'll do 8 to 10 even though you maybe could have done 12. You'll kind of make that last rep of 10 hard. So it's a little bit of that with running. So possibly if I set my mind to it. And typically when people train for races, and similar in a way when people train for like a 1 rep max, you never actually like attempt that max or that close to it, until actually it's time to go. Yeah. So like I'll probably run a 22 in like a month or 2. And then my next like attempt will be that marathon probably. So maybe I could run it then. But it's tough though. It's especially when it comes to like energy and everything like that, because again, I'm trying this new carbohydrate product to kind of help fuel me during it, but trying to find a balance, especially like kind of twofold, like one during the race or during the run, like how often should I be fueling? What am I fueling with? How are my legs feeling? How tight are my hamstrings getting? Kind because sometimes I'll finish a run and I really feel like my calves, like, as small as they are, they can't like move much. They're so full of blood, especially like my hamstrings get very fatigued. And so sometimes it's like I could possibly push to 26 whatever, but maybe I like injure myself a little bit on 21 because I haven't slowly worked up to that. But also the big thing I'm dealing with now is like refueling post runs, where maybe I'll finish the 26.2, but my heart rate will be jacked up for 3 hours. I'm like puking, this and that. So I'm trying to make sure, okay, I'm fueling my body properly during the race so that after I feel better, and also after the race or run,
He's fully going Goggins
I can
mode.
become like better. Yeah.
Throwing up.
Pissing and shit.
Yeah. I just think
He just hasn't told us about that yet.
Yeah.
He's pissed
Yeah,
and shat
yeah.
himself already.
Shoot, sometimes, yeah.
carrying the
well, that
logs.
other product I was using, sometimes I get so gassy from it. I'll
I
like,
can
you
tell.
know, yeah. I'm farting during the run, and I'm like, damn, did I just shit myself? I never have, but it's felt like it sometimes.
And you can't stop. You might as
No,
you might as well
no.
rot it out.
No,
It's like,
you're
all right,
you're
whatever-
riding it out.
whatever
I always
happened,
feel like,
happened.
damn, if I did, I'd be smelling it every step of the way, you know?
Everybody,
Because it
everybody be
links
giving you
away.
looks like this
I know.
fucking guy. Shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Put your mask back on. But yeah.
Damn. That's cool.
Speaking of intense training, Austin and I yesterday were looking at this video of Tom Platts doing leg extensions. And
man.
it's just funny to see the intensity, because I feel like he said yesterday, if I saw somebody in here doing that, I would just like, I don't even know how I would react.
I'd
I
laugh
don't know.
at him
Yeah.
and then call him like idiot.
Because if you see this video, at first he starts doing them regularly. I'll show it to you if you want.
I'll pull
Just
it up.
Yeah.
And then once he starts, which I'll let you get into it a little
This
bit.
one?
It's that
The
Top
leg.
one.
Tom
so
Pratt's
he gets
leg
into
extension.
it. He's doing it regularly.
Yeah.
And then once he starts, he's throwing it up pretty high, but
Yeah, it
he's
is
getting a
pretty
good
high.
contraction. Then he starts going kind of low. And so then somebody's like helping him along, but he's just basically sitting there with his legs straight and just moving hips only, it seems.
Oh, he's
like it
like
almost
humping.
looks like he's dipping at first.
Yeah,
now.
it does look
Go
like
a
he's
little more
dipping.
forward, but then somebody's helping
Oh,
him.
I can see
he
it.
just starts moving his hips. He's just hip thrusting.
Yeah,
he's just
like,
gyrating.
He's like hip thrusting, yeah.
And then once he gets off, everybody just starts applauding, and it's like, what even went on here? I don't know.
This is how we
that
train at
intensity?
Iron Belt.
It's crazy because like you can't deny the fact that he had legs
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah. And that's something I actually wrote on the board was it's a little bit associated, so it's a good kind of segue into that. But it's like, how hard should you train? It goes for really all types of fitness, but specifically like lifting, because some people that I follow and I've noticed, like, I feel like, you know, and maybe it kind of connects to the whole Goggins thing, and just like people kind of like being hardcore, like publicly or whatever, and to where, you know, some people I feel like are constantly injured, or they have this nagging them, or this or that's going on. And I feel like it's partly because they're just trying to go way too hard sometimes on certain movements or exercises or things, or they're a little bit more reckless than they should be. When at the end of the day, like, and we talked about it a lot with like scientific training, to where it's like science might tell you like, hey, take these rest days and go like 60% effort. I'm not a fan of that. I'm cool with pushing like failure and working hard on these things. But if every workout you're loading your lumbar spine, your central nervous system, you're going drop set after drop set on hack squat and leg press, eventually, like, you know, you're annihilating instead of just stimulating, as Lee Haney would put it, you know?
Yeah, I get it. And I think there's like some people train or can train like that. I think smart people or people that have maybe been in the game long enough to where they can do those drop
Yeah.
sets, drop sets, drop sets. But
And
they're-
they know how often to do that.
they know how often, they know what weight to use, and like something that they truly deep down can maybe control. Besides that leg extension video where it's like, is there
we're
much
doing
controlment?
that.
Like it's just more so. Maybe he's not probably doing that every set, I would assume, or like every workout, unless maybe deep
Unless
down
the
the dude,
cameras are on.
unless that dude he was what do you call that? He was like brainwashed. What do you call that?
He was hypnotized.
Hypnotized.
Yeah.
So he was hypnotized, like Tyson style. So that's probably why he can
I
just find
kind
those
of want to
deep
try
places.
that, to be honest.
You're gonna have the biggest legs out there. Keep crushing.
Goodness. I almost feel like as a hypnotist, though, you know, you could say whatever you wanted. You could hypnotize people to do whatever you wanted, and they wouldn't know. They'd be under the influence too. With great power comes great
Yeah,
responsibility.
they do the snap. Once I snap my fingers, you're going
Griffin
to
will
be
come
great.
in. You know, the Earth is actually a globe. You know?
Oh, fuck. But getting back to, there's people that definitely know. They've been around the block long enough to know what that limit is, but they can still train to like failure, like push those drop sets, if you know what I'm saying, like, and do it smart instead of just. I'm definitely a victim of doing that to myself, of going in there and just like, hey, let me just load it up as much, not as much weight as I can, but more than last week. And hey, if I hear myself mentally talking myself out of it, it's like, all right,
He'll
bitch.
physically talk himself into it.
Well, I'll just say, oh, you just try to talk yourself out of it. All right, I guess we're gonna go up a weight.
Oh, fuck. That's your punishment, Austin.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
hear
your
him
back
talking to
hurt?
himself.
Now your knees are gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not that hard. Don't get it twisted. I'm not that, like, I'm not pushing a ton of weight out there, but I don't let, I don't know.
I don't know. I and part of it, like I was kind of hinting at, I feel like is just social media now, where people want to like show how hard they're working. And it goes in all aspects, not just like when you're working out. And that's something I try and like toe the line the right way of, is where, like, with black and white photos in the morning, I'll show, like, I mainly want to just show, hey, I'm working out, I'm training in the morning. But sometimes it's, I don't want to be that cliche thing where it's like I'm posting, look, it's 6 a.m., I'm working out early, I'm doing this and doing that. It's not like, it's like some people do it as like a show-off fashion. And what I attempt to do and put out is not just, oh, look at me, I'm running. It's like, oh, like, he's getting after it. It shows consistency and discipline. And, I didn't start off as a great runner, started just running like 2 miles, or started at 100 pounds on squat, but just constantly showing up, eventually, like, it adds up.
And that's something I feel like as a beginning lifter I used to love too. Like, if I'm not feeling motivated, like, just check out people who inspire me, their pages, and just see like, oh, how did they train today? Or like, what did they do today? Or something like that. And it makes me feel better.
There's perspective or like context to it, because somebody could look at that and be like, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then somebody else could look at that and be like, damn,
It's all attitude.
he's getting after it today. What
Perspective,
are my excuses, or what am I doing? Do I feel like shit? Should I just go ahead and strap my shoes on and get it done? Or should I just take that and just cry? Or eat, whatever. Or call my therapist.
Maybe cry and call your therapist. Tell him Iron Belt sent you.
Put it on the tab.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my questions really quick. Did y'all get any good ones?
I posted late, but didn't get any.
I got a few questions that I can maybe dive into after yours.
All right, we'll roll through the quick ones first. One person replied to my question box, LOL. That's not a question. That's not a topic. Come on, people.
Listen, I appreciate that you like the video, but let's keep it professional.
Yeah.
Let's see. How long is an appropriate workout, or how long do you work out? 1 hour. I usually try to allot 2 hours, because it does take me a little bit sometimes to like take my write out my workout.
I can confirm.
Right mindset.
Next thing you know, it's Tuesday.
But I would say typically, which I have been doing better, as far as I just leave my phone on the island out there, just bring my diary with me and just write it. So I usually would say, hour and a half.
Yeah.
I feel like anything over an hour and a half, your rest time's too long, you're dicking around.
Yeah.
I feel like an hour is a good solid time, and if you need the hour and a half,
Let's see. What do you think's harder, cutting or bulking? For me, bulking. I just don't like feeling like I'm always digesting, always eating, always having to prioritize eating too.
I think both are hard to me. And an aspect of like bulking right, in the right way.
yeah, bulking right is hard. I'd say cutting's harder.
Yeah.
For me.
Because, I mean, you can gain weight, but like bulk though,
Yeah.
and like really take it serious.
Yeah, that's
Some people do.
Yeah. Once you take it serious, it's game over.
But both are kind of tough though, because you want to be like a fat piece of shit and eat Oreos and shit, but you shouldn't, because what is that doing?
Yeah.
But
Next one. What was the last thing you cooked? I know you cooked this weekend, Austin.
I did. I had steak and potatoes. I had it again last
American
night.
meal.
Sweet potatoes and not
Sweet
a flank
potato
steak,
pie?
Sirloin steak.
Oh, nice.
No, just
good.
air fried
Chicken,
sweet
rice,
potatoes.
chicken, beef,
and
something like
rice.
that.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, that's literally all I eat.
Dang.
Chicken, rice, or chicken, beef, or beef and rice. and then I'll have my cottage cheese, and I'll have, like my breakfast smoothie that has like oats and peanut butter and protein powder. Besides that, like I occasionally have like a Chick-fil-A, a Chipotle, something like that. But
That's not cooking though.
it's very basic. No, I don't cook that often.
Made crab cakes yesterday.
Yeah, I don't spend 3 hours on crab cakes.
They were good. It was good. Ate 6 all to myself.
Damn, that
Sounds
sounds
good.
That
Dinner
does
for
sound
one.
good. Yeah,
Just need
just
one.
one place.
Yeah.
And Buddha goes, actually 2. Make it 2.
Yeah, he got a few licks.
Let's see. This was a good one. Out of the 3 of you, who is the most likely to survive an apocalypse? Let me repeat this question. Out of the 3 of you, who is the most likely to survive an apocalypse? I think I know who.
You believe in yourself.
No, that's what the person wrote. Who is Maddie? That's who asked that.
I would guess Griffin. My only chance would be to control and manipulate and to build a team.
Listen.
and
Yeah, he'd
and
be the
like
cult leader.
I'd be like the Negan if you watch like Walking Dead. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know a guy that's got supplies. We're gonna
Yeah.
go take his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lives out in
Yeah.
Louisa.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, that's what I'd have to do.
I would say I feel like I know maybe more than the average person that these skills are necessary or like the gist of them, but I don't know if I'd trust myself to survive an apocalypse like that. I feel like maybe talk to me in a year when I've fully adopted like the prepper lifestyle.
Just eating sourdough every day.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of confidence in either of us, any of us, but I would love to say that I could at least hold my own for maybe 2 weeks,
We've
3
had our
weeks.
plans though. I feel like we've talked
But-
about our
Is it going to be like a luxurious life? No. Am I going to be like maybe shitting myself day to day because I'm like I haven't found shit to do or eat or drink? Maybe, but
Well-
like I think if push came to shove, I think I could at least make it a few weeks.
I will say that Austin, though, I feel like regardless of skill level, his body could just handle like nuclear
Yeah.
radiation.
Yeah, your body
he could
won't
drink
die.
like
Like a
toilet
roach.
water. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a roach.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Wood
like
doesn't die.
Yeah, just by
Yeah.
sheer force of will.
I feel like the
And-
way my life is set up, like I'm gonna live a long, hard life for some reason.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't
Can't
know.
kill this guy.
Have we addressed this on the podcast before? That I feel like I'll bring it up regardless, but I feel like it's funny that Austin usually has close to, I would say, 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day, and then also in
I'm gonna
the
need
past,
to find that in the
Yeah.
apocalypse. By the
I've
way.
seen him. Yeah, he's gonna be conked out.
Yeah, you'd be
without
like
them.
10%
withdrawal.
battery.
But then also, I feel like I've seen him take like chicken and rice out of a gym bag that's on the floor for hours and just start eating it. But the one thing that's taken him out of commission is Whole Foods.
Yeah,
Eating
like
from
Whole
Whole
Foods.
Foods.
I ain't
was
gotta worry
just-
about that.
His
You're
body
fucked up all
rejected
weekend.
it.
Yeah.
So I feel like no matter what in the apocalypse, you'd find like tin
You know,
can.
you know what you'd have though? Life supply depump.
Yeah,
You know what?
that's
Yeah, I'd be
true.
taking a few
He's
scoops.
taking
Life
a big
supply.
sack.
You'd be set. You'd
Bartering.
be like, you're like, all right, good morning. Gotta,
Yeah.
You start bartering with it.
Yeah, people are like, "What's that?"
I thought you didn't want this. Now you want it.
He could use it as a blunt weapon too.
God damn.
Starting a
Throw
fire.
the clumps.
That's true.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd make it far living in the city. You know, if we're getting to details.
Absolutely.
But anyways,
Yeah, I've been driving around lately around where I live, and I feel like I need to learn like my neck of the woods better.
Yeah.
Different spots,
your
different
bug out
roads.
route,
Yeah.
right?
My friend actually lives in DC, and he has a bug out bag. It's full of lint for a fire starter, gun, a few other things, one of those space blankets. But he said before, like if it all collapses, his girlfriend has this amount of time to get to his place. Then they're gonna
The
try
bus
to get
leaves.
home, in this amount of time. But he's like, that's my bag. I'll at least have like this many days, like if I'm stranded on the road. But I haven't gotten that far, but I'm considering it. But do y'all have any good questions?
Oh shit! Yeah, let me look. So I got a few, and I'll dig through them real quick. So this is just sort of like a statement, which is very cool and honored. Whenever I go for 225, I'm having Austin spot me, a great hype man I've heard. I don't know. I don't think I've ever spotted anybody, and like I don't feel like I've made like a movement behind it, but
Yeah.
maybe I have.
So you do the slap?
Take you to Slap City.
Yeah.
That's how you pre-up.
Yeah.
Get that bench
Standing
right.
over you.
But thank you, bud, for that. Next statement, not a question, is I feel like, number one, Brock never wears shoes. And number two,
I know who this is.
it should have been Buddha featuring Griffin. Duh.
Ah, that's a good idea.
That is a good
Damn,
one.
I need to change it.
Fuck Griffin. Question right here.
You want me to read it?
Do you think...
What's
Do you,
so funny?
do you think
Goddamn.
eating a pickle before working out is beneficial for a pump?
I would say yes. Get the sodium in. And also the cucumber holds water, right?
Yes.
That's like Glycer
What?
pump.
What kind of question is
So,
that shit?
yes. Potentially, it does have electrolytes in it.
Depends how big it is.
Need
But
a full size.
I would
Yeah.
suggest probably just drinking salt
spears.
water with salt, pink Himalayan sea salt or sea salt, and you probably getting some of the same benefits. Maybe add in some type of fruit, banana or something to get some potassium beforehand. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd do the pickle. It might fuck with my guts before
Do
that.
y'all drink the pickle juice?
Never. I do fuck with pickles, but it's got to be on something. I just can't eat a
Oh.
pickle by itself. It's
Yeah.
got to be on like a burger and like a wrap.
I can eat a pickle by itself. Like Maddie would get them sometimes for cutting because like 5 calories per one. But no, I mean it's not like pre-workout time. You know, it's
I
not
love
like pickle
them.
time.
Yeah, my
good.
sister used to just munch on them like fucking popsicles.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
I get the Costco size one. Eat them all, and then
Oh god.
Yeah, so
you can tell you're dealing with a sick mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, lock this guy
This
up.
guy's fucked up.
Remember that in the apocalypse.
He's got the pickles.
Yeah.
Everything's pickled. Favorite compound lift? Bicep curls.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't really focus on any of that stuff, which is sad to say, but
Shit. Maybe pull-ups.
I was gonna say deadlifts or pull-ups.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. Leg extension.
I haven't liked any compound movement recently. I haven't liked any movement. I just do
Yeah.
it.
I don't like anything.
Like I tried to deadlift earlier today, or I was doing like RDLs kind of, and I was like, oh, those don't feel that great. But I did them. But I don't know. I guess maybe what feels the best, maybe bench
yeah.
press.
I don't know. I like incline bench.
Well,
That's why I'm
incline's
not
cool.
watching that video.
Yeah, but I got to go flat bench because that feels good out of all of them to me. But those are all my questions.
What about you guys?
He didn't get any because he
no
was late to the
questions.
show. I guess because he isn't part of the show anymore.
Yeah.
We're looking for a new spot, y'all.
Yeah.
If you want to
Yeah.
New
fill
coach
in.
spot open.
Yeah.
But
Free,
one
scuff
cool
up the table.
update is that I did get some trademarks finally in the mail, which
Are they gonna be
just for
here?
shits and giggles. No, I was going to put them over here on this wall. Well, I'm going to paint this wall over the next few days. I didn't think I told you this. I'm thinking I'm going to paint from here all the way to the
Pink.
black, pink. Huh? But I don't know. It looks like a bowling alley over there still, and I still have some paint
Bull
left.
America.
So I was going to paint that black and I don't know, just change it up. But also, I'm going to hang those probably right over there and then add to it over time. Over time.
That's true.
Because I don't want anybody taking my shit, you know?
That's true. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Trademark SF.
Trademark gummed up.
Gummed up. But yeah, it was cool to get those in. Sort of like, it wasn't that big of a deal. I know a lot of people were DMing me saying that it's like a huge move. I mean, it takes a little bit of effort to look
That
it
big
up,
dick energy.
but I think they cost like $275 a pop, so they aren't like super expensive to do. Unless you just don't know what you're doing, then you probably end up
Trademark
spending-
all or nothing show next.
Yeah, now we're talking. Because there is another one out there, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There's
Gonna
like
have to
5.
give them a
Yeah.
1-star review.
so
I think we're the all or nothing show.
yeah. I don't think any of them are big. I haven't looked at them, but
Not as big as us.
fuck no.
Nationwide.
Yeah. But hopefully, maybe some more stuff coming soon.
Yeah. Again, be sure to share the podcast. Get a coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a sample.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
get some-
100%. I'll definitely hook y'all up.
Yeah. But,
Thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Share the podcast as always. This was a good one. Keep asking us questions. We post on Sundays unless one of us fucks up.
Yeah.
And we'll catch y'all in the next one.
All right, we're out of here, y'all. See.